So we're going to do a nice mindful, slow, stretchy flow today. It's going to be like 10 to 20 minutes. I don't really know where we're going to go with it, but I did think it would be nice to switch up the last pose every 3 days so that you're not doing the same thing every day completely identical. So to do that, we're going to need a blanket as a prop, and we're going to want to roll it up into kind of like a tube. So not like a really soft fleece blanket, but one that's got a little bit of firmness to it. And it has to be at least the length of the spine. So you would fold it up kind of into a rectangle and then just start to roll it. And we'll just sit it next to us so that it's ready. You'll need this 2 of the 3 days. Okay, another thing I like to do on more like slow, mindful practices is light a candle or some kind of aromatherapy, because it signals to the brain that we're in kind of a different state, like this is our relaxation mode and not the normal hustle bustle kind of day. So you can maybe light some incense or some diffuser with your essential oil or something like that, and then just sit towards the back of the mat. We'll move the flesh from behind the sit bones so we can sit nice and tall. Crown of the head is up towards the sky, nice and tall. Relax the shoulders up and back, drop them down the spine. And then we'll close the eyes and just take a couple normal, natural breaths. And then the next time you inhale, think of something you're grateful for today. Let the feeling of gratitude go through the body as you exhale, and take a couple more breaths, just feeling that gratitude. Being thankful that we're here in this life. And then now we'll think of something that we want to bring into our body more today, like a feeling or an emotion. Maybe joy, more gratitude, being easy on ourselves, something like that. Just think of something you want to really invite in today and take a few breaths on that, feeling that emotion and that feeling as if it's already real. And then start to think of something you want to let go of, whether it was just something from yesterday or a feeling or emotion you always carry around. Just inhale, knowing that you're going to let it go on the exhale. And breathe it out the mouth. So inhale and exhale whatever you want to let go. One more of those really deep releasing breaths. And then as you open your eyes, feeling a little bit more refreshed, bring the arms up overhead in prayer, and exhale, the hands come down to the heart. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale as you bring the hands up. Exhale, the hands to the heart. We'll start by stretching the neck. So we're going to reach the right arm behind the back and grab a hold of the left bicep. So it looks like this. And then you're going to drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Feel a nice stretch in the right side of the neck. And the more you drop the right shoulder down, you'll feel it a little deeper, and keep pressing the right sit bone down. And then drop the chin down to the left shoulder. So now the stretch is in the back of the neck a little bit more. Relax that muscle. Then bring the gaze up slightly so the chin is up towards the sky, and you'll feel the stretch in the front of the neck now. Again, dropping the right shoulder down to deepen the stretch. And then we'll bring the chin back down, coming through center, release the arm, roll the shoulders back. We'll do the other side, so the left hand wraps behind the back and grabs a hold of the right bicep. Drop the left shoulder down and bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Press the left shoulder down, maybe back a little bit. And then drop the chin down to the right shoulder, gaze is towards the ground. And then very slowly lift the chin up, gaze comes to the sky, left shoulder down, stretch in the front of the neck. Always deep breaths into the belly. And release the chin down to the chest as you gently let go of the arm. Bring the gaze up, heart forward, shoulders back. And release. So we'll do some spinal rolls. You're holding onto the knees, and on the exhale, you're going to come over to the right and forward, and then inhale up on the left. So following the breath, exhale as you come forward and down, pressing into the knees, and then inhale as you come back up. And one more on this side. Really rounding the spine as you come back, pulling the belly button back, and then switch directions. So coming over to the left, and inhale to come back up. So rounding, bring the belly button back, and then as you come forward, bring the heart forward. So slow and fluid. And back to a seat. Inhale the arms up. And exhale them forward. Let the head come down towards the mat. Walk the hands forward and stretch on the back. Press the sit bones back to deepen and release. Take a couple breaths. We're going to roll over the knees to come onto hands and knees, all fours. So the wrists are under the shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide, press into the pads of the fingertips. Knees are underneath the hips, and the calves are parallel to one another. So drop the belly, look up, coming into cow pose, and then exhale, round the spine, lift up at the belly button and between the shoulder blades as you look down and tuck the chin. Two more of those. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the spine. One more, inhale, look up. And exhale, round the spine. Coming into child's pose, drop the hips down to the heels, arms stay forward, and the forehead comes down to the ground. And push yourself back up onto hands and knees, and then downward facing dog. So you might need to take the hands, hand print forward, and then lift the hips. Press into the balls of the feet and drop the heels down towards the ground. Bend one knee at a time. So stretching into the back of the legs and press the heart back towards the thighs. From here, keep the feet where they are and walk the hands back to the mat, coming into a forward fold. And nice bend in the knees to keep them nice and loose. And then you can hold on to opposite elbows, ragdoll pose. And you can swing side to side or shake the head yes and no, just any slow movement here. And release the hands down to the ground or wherever they find. Bring the hands to the shins and lift the heart, coming to a flat back. And exhale back down. And then we'll press into the feet with a little bend in the knees to come all the way up. Sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale the hands to the heart. So coming into our mountain pose, nice strong stance. The heels are underneath the hips. Outer edges of the feet are parallel with the mat, and spread the toes nice and wide. Relax the shoulders down, palms face forward. Close the eyes and take a couple breaths. You can breathe through the nose, or if you ever want to sigh it out the mouth to let go, you can. Feeling strong and grounded in your mountain pose, ready to take on the day. Inhale the arms up, open the eyes, Clasp the hands together, create a steeple with the index finger, and then lean over to the right. So here we want to make sure we open up the left shoulder. At the same time, press the left hip forward a little bit to go deeper. And then back up to center. Other side, over to the left. Peel the right shoulder back and the right hip forward slightly. Feels really intense. And then back up to center. Open the arms into cactus arms, bending the elbows, little back bend here. And then back up to center. We're going to open the arms nice and wide, clasp the hands behind the back, pull them down and back as the heart comes forward, look up again. And then if you'd like, you can fold forward, keeping the hands clasped, or always release them if it's too much. At this point, bring a little bend to the knees and release the hands down to the ground. Inhale, coming to halfway, hands on the shins, flat back. And exhale, back down, walk the hands forward. We're in high plank just for a moment. And then we're gonna drop the knees and the tops of the feet to the ground, upward facing dog. So the heart comes through the shoulders here and the arms are back, elbows pressed towards the ribs. If you wanna press into the feet and lift the knees off the ground, you can. And then we'll rock side to side, so drop one hip down as you look over the opposite shoulder. And then to the other side. And back to center. We're gonna come into puppy pose. So drop the knees down if they're lifted. The hips come over the knees and the hands come forward. So it's like child's pose, but the hips are over the knees, so it's a really deep heart opener. And then we're gonna make our way back to hands and knees, all fours, and come to sit on the heels. Roll the shoulders back. We'll take a little twist, so actually we'll sit cross-legged again. Inhale the arms up. We're gonna twist to the right, so the left hand comes to the right knee and the right arm comes behind the right hip. Look over the right shoulder. Make sure you're pressing the left hip down, and on the inhale, you can elongate the spine, crown of the head up, and the exhale, twist deeper, look back. And then back to center, arms come up, twist to the other side. And then like we did on the other side, think about inhaling to lift the spine and the crown of the head so that on the exhale, you're creating space to twist deeper. And back to center. So we'll bring the legs out in front. Just to get into the legs one more time here. Inhale the arms up. We're gonna fold forward so the hands can either just sit on the outside of the calves or you can reach on to the outer edges of the feet, 4-piece fingers on the big toes. And it's great to leave a little bend in the knees. You don't wanna lock them out. Slowly come up. We'll bring the soles of the feet together, coming into butterfly pose, but a nice wide one, so you don't want the feet in too far. We'll keep them like a nice diamond. And then fold forward, holding on to the feet. Or if you want to switch it up a little bit, you can bring the arms underneath the legs to pull down a little deeper. And as you take breaths here, come back to the gratitude, remembering what you're grateful for. And then we'll come back up. And we'll come to lie on our backs. Once you get there, hug the knees into the chest. And we'll rock side to side. Keep hugging the right leg in as you extend the left leg long. Flex the foot so the left toes are pointing up towards the sky. And you can also flex the right foot to go a little deeper, pulling the knee in towards the armpit. And bring the left knee back in, extend the right leg, flexing the feet. And hug the knee in. And now here's where we'll do the 3 different poses for our last and final Shavasana. So the first option is to do legs up the wall, which is a really nice restorative pose to take the pressure off of the back and the hips. So you'd be near a wall and scoot the hips all the way up to the bottom corner, and just super easy. Feels really good and relaxing, lets the blood just flush through. So you would lay here for the final pose is the first option. The second option is to bring our blanket underneath the low back. So this is going to really open up the front of the body. So sit on the inside of your blanket and then lay back. And you might need to move it around a little bit, but it's basically on the sacrum, so the very low part of the back. And just relax as the front body opens up. If you eventually want to go even deeper, you can double fold the blanket. Feels amazing. And then the last option that I'm going to go with, because it's one of my favorites, is you'll be laying along your mat and sit on the bottom of the blanket. Relax back so the blanket is on the spine. Extend the legs either long or like a butterfly. And the heart is just opening all the way up towards the ceiling, the sky. And we'll just take a few more breaths in whichever pose you're in today. And the next time you breathe in, think about your gratitude for the day, and exhale as it integrates in the body. And the next breath in, think about what it is you're going to bring in today, whichever emotion or feeling, and exhale it out. And on the next inhale, think of what you're letting go of. Take the biggest sigh out as you release it. And then we're going to come out of the pose by rolling onto the right side of the body in a fetal position. Take a little breath here. Exhale it out. And then we'll press our way up to a seat. Close the eyes, take another breath in. Exhale. Inhale the arms up overhead in prayer. And exhale the hands down to the heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale the thumbs to the third eye, connecting to our inner wisdom, giving thanks for our bodies and ourselves for the practice, and setting aside this time for ourselves each day. And then exhale to fold forward. Okay, I hope you're feeling good, and thanks for asking me to do this.